He's going to be expensive though, because they're asking for the full £66 million release clause to be paid. But listen, pay the money. Why not pay the money? What's the point of having Saudi money if you're not going to delve into the Saudi bag? Just pay the money, ask no questions. He's that guy. Mate, he could be our Van Dijk. He could be our Saliba. He could elevate us to that next level. The 2023-24 season has come to an end, and it ended in quite a bittersweet feeling. We have finished 5th. We rescued Newcastle's situation from where they were threatened to not get European football to getting European football. However, it could have been so much better. Arsenal falling off a cliff towards the end there, but we just slipped up in the last game against Brentford. But listen, we've accepted the situation. We won't be playing Champions League football. It could have happened, but it didn't. So Europa League it is. And today's video will be going through a season review of what happened in this season and going through preseason, transfers, all the good stuff for next season. So that's how the final Premier League table looks. The goalkeeper of the tournament has been announced as Manchester City's Ederson, following City winning the Premier League once again. Bruno Fernandes picks up the Golden Boot in a very surprising season for Manchester United, where they finished in 2nd place, and now the team of the season in the Premier League. We have Ederson in goal, of course, goalkeeper of the season. Robertson at left back, Van Dijk and Martinez as a centre back pairing, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Marcus Rashford, Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes, Mohamed Salah, Darwin Nunez, and Erling Haaland. A bit disappointing there aren't any Newcastle players in there, but we'll try to change that next season. And the overall player of the season in the Premier League is Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne, which isn't really surprising considering that Manchester City have just dominated. They won the FA Cup as well. They won the Carabao Cup as well. Of course, they knocked us out on penalties in that absolutely dramatic, crazy shootout that just didn't want to end. They won the Super Cup as well earlier this season, on course to do a quadruple, but they didn't win the Champions League again. Wow, I'm actually wondering where they got knocked out. Barcelona won on penalties against Leipzig. City made it to the semi-final, so RB Leipzig saved football in a sense. And in the Europa League, we have Leverkusen doing the impossible task of beating Sevilla in a Europa League final, winning it on penalties. Wow, that's actually very, very impressive what Leverkusen have done there. They've been very impressive in real life as well this season. Aston Villa, Unai Emery collecting the cups as he picks up a Conference League as well. So that means they'll be in the Europa League with us as well, beating Frankfurt 1-0 on penalties. Now let's take a look at some of the other leagues and see what the other teams have done in the competitions we were not involved in. Starting off with the Championship, Leeds United win automatic promotion and win the league. West Brom finished in 2nd, so they'll be up in the Premier League as well, and there'll be a playoff between Leicester, Watford, Southampton and Middlesbrough. French League, Ligue 1 Uber Eats, of course, Paris Saint-Germain, nothing too surprising there. Monaco in 2nd, Lens in 3rd. The Bundesliga is quite different from what we normally see. RB Leipzig win the league, Leverkusen in 2nd, Dortmund in 3rd, and Bayern Munich, just like in real life, are very much underperforming in 4th. Serie A, Internazionale win the Scudetto in 2nd place. Juventus, very, very accurate. 3rd is Napoli, and 4th, Fiorentina. We move over to Portugal. Let's see what's happening over there. Porto win the league with Benfica in 2nd place and Sporting in 3rd. So the big 3 in Portugal, as to be expected, the top 3 in Portugal this season as well. And over in La Liga, Real Madrid, 97 points, dominating the league. They're winning it by 14 points in 2nd place, Atleti and Barca in 3rd. Now let's actually analyze our team's performance in more detail. Look at the statistics. Most appearances with Bruno Guimaraes with 48 appearances. We have Nick Pope, goalkeeper, very much expected, 47, and Kieran Trippier at 47 as well. Alexander Isak, good to see he wasn't injured that often this season with 45 appearances. Their top goal scorer, unsurprisingly, the Swede with 21 in all competitions, picking up 17 in the Premier League. Miguel Almiron in 2nd place is a bit of a wild one with 10. I mean, there's quite a drop off from first to second, isn't there? We have Wilson with 9. We really need more from our second choice striker, and Anthony Gordon with 8. I think one thing to note already here is Newcastle don't have many goal scorers, like sources of goals. And yeah, that's something we will have to address in the transfer window. Most assists is Gordon with 7, Trippier with 5, Joelinton with 5, and we have Harvey Barnes with 4. Again, not many goal contributions from a specific player. They are spread out quite evenly throughout the squad. I guess at the end of the day, it is a team game, but we do need more from individual players. We actually have a lot of players leaving at the end of this season. Contracts are being run down, players that just don't have a future and I don't believe are worth keeping heading into next season. So that means a lot of wages will be freed up, which will be useful in bringing in some quality players. We need numbers. Newcastle have a very, very, very thin squad, but we also need quality in numbers. So not just bringing in anybody, okay? This is how our season ends. 5th place in the Premier League, knocked out in the 6th round of the FA Cup, knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, and grouped in the Champions League, unfortunately. But it is a new season. The 2024-25 season is coming up. And first thing is our club captain for quite a while, Jamal Lascelles, is leaving. He will be joining Brentford. He already signed a pre-contract with them last season, so he is out the door. But it's time to bring in some new players in the door. But for that to happen, we need some money. Yeah, the money talks in this day and age. And we have quite a lot of it, almost £250 million. Number 1 transfer target, Joao Palhinha from Fulham. Not the most flashy player in the world. He's not the guy that's going to come here and sell the most shirts, but he can definitely take us to that next level. Looking for that depth in midfield, looking for that steel in midfield. We don't really have a natural defensive midfielder. I mean, Bruno can play there. He's more of a playmaker. He's the guy you play next to the guy who kills everyone. And this is the guy, yeah? Joao from Fulham. Listen, the goal is to keep the transfers realistic, but it's also to improve the team, okay? So we're going to be as ambitious as possible, but also keeping in mind that we are a Europa League team, so I'm not going to be going out and signing star players of Champions League clubs, you know? So Joao Palhinha, we're going to start things off here with an offer. They want 53 million. I mean, if we could get him for around 50, I'd be happy with that. So we're going to counter and go 45, remove that sell on clause. Can we strike a deal? They're asking for 47. I'm not against paying 47, but we don't want to waste money. Yeah, we have to save every penny. So we're going to try to force it for 45. Will they accept that? They will accept 45 million pounds. All about agreeing a contract now, and Joao Palhinha may be our first signing here at Newcastle United. Very experienced player, 28 years old, has played in the Champions League as well with Sporting. He is a Portuguese international. Going to offer him 130k a week, improved contract, 4 years, and a 500k signing on bonus, which he will take. And we have made our first signing at Newcastle United. Joao Palhinha get in our midfield. Very, very excited about that one. There he is, meeting the new lads. Yeah, the black and white looks perfect on him, doesn't it? Oh wow, just looks right. Just looks right. Very, very excited about that signing. And I'm not going to try to sign 18, 19-year-olds. Bro, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so we're here to be as effective as possible. This is not going to be a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 season career mode. We're not going to do that, bro. We're here to try to win the league, to win cups. And Joao Palhinha is in. And next up, we have Lucas Paqueta from West Ham United. Now, we brought in the Portuguese guy who's going to look to be the destroyer in the midfield. Now, we need the Brazilian flair. We need the salsa. We need the samba in there as well. And Lucas Paqueta from West Ham could be that guy. We've been playing Harvey Barnes as an attacking midfielder, but he is not an attacking midfielder. He doesn't really have the vision or the passing or that natural instinct to be as creative as this guy would have. However, he may be quite expensive. So let's see if we can get in Lucas Paqueta. Going to offer 45 million as well, just to start things off. You know, just butter up West Ham, see where they are, see their valuation of him. They're asking for Joe Willock and 27. I don't really want to lose Joe Willock right now because he's been our starting left back towards the end of the season. So not really willing to let good old Joe go as of now. So since they're looking for a midfielder, I mean, we have Isaac Hayden, who just came back from loan. I don't know if Moyes will be interested in him. West Ham, yeah. Throw in Hayden in there. Still offer the 45. Let's see. Could be a good deal. Could be a good deal, you know. He's English. He'd suit the... Oh, wow. He actually wants him. Wow. I didn't even have to lie to him, bro. He wants Isaac Hayden. Fair enough. Fair enough. Have him. 45 million deal agreed. He does, however, want a release clause in his contract. So that's going to be thrown in the 105 million, offering him a 4-year deal at 100k a week, 500,000 signing on bonus as well. And he will accept that offer. Slightly concerned that he was insistent on a release clause, but we want him in. Hopefully nobody triggers it. Lucas Paqueta in at St. James's Park going through his medical as well. We came into this transfer window with very clear ideas of what we want to do. Jose always has a plan, believe in the man. 2 signings in Paqueta, signed for 45 million plus Isaac Hayden, of course. And that deal will be rated a B. They reckon we could have done slightly better, but I am happy paying that money. Now, left back, Kieran Tierney of Arsenal. Very much out of favour, has spent the last season out on loan at Sociedad. Before that, he was on the bench at Arsenal, not really in the plans of Mikel Arteta. Now, we do need that left back because, like I said, we're playing Joe Willock, who is a midfielder at left back. However, we have a price that we're not willing to go above, right? Because we know this guy isn't really wanted at Arsenal like that. He will, however, fit that role we want from the left back. We want him to be very defensive, want him to be very physical, and if ever he finds himself in an attacking position, to be able to cross a football. And this guy can do that. His value is 23 million pounds, but we'll start things off here with an 18 million pound offer. Not really planning on paying above value because we know you don't really want him. But why do you want Miguel Almiron, fam? Leave Miguel alone. Yeah, we're not here for that. No Miguel involved. 19 million maybe? Give us a valuation. Give us something reasonable. Come on. He's not even willing to negotiate any further. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is he threatened? Is it because we almost took the Champions League? But is he being a bit insecure here? It's fine. We'll be back. We'll be back. We have Rafael Fernandes, youngster from the academy, going out on loan. We have Ryan Fraser, sold for £2.55 million to Southampton. That's going to be an A rating. Ryan Fraser, just not in my plans at all here. Another player that's not in my plans is Callum Wilson, and we have 2 offers for him. £19.5 million from Sevilla and Monaco, respectively. We will accept both. I'm going to look for an improvement on Callum Wilson as that other striking position. And that's where this man comes into the fray, Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. Another player that's out of favour. Listen, if you don't want them, we have a plan. We can definitely use this guy. And he's available on loan, which is perfect. It means there's really not much risk about this signing. Of course, an experienced player has scored tons of goals. He does divide opinions. He's not the most flashy. Yeah. He doesn't look pretty on the eye. However, if you play him in the right way, he will definitely get you goals. Available on loan as well. I mean, a no-brainer, isn't it? So we'll just ask for a basic loan here. Just gonna go for a 1-year loan. If we can agree that, then that would be perfect. He can come in and be like a strike partner for Eafc. He can lead the line by himself as well. He can be that out-and-out target man, which we don't really have. And that means we can also make some money by selling Callum Wilson as well. So they're happy with a 1-year loan. We're gonna try to go 50-50 on the wages, which will be £70,000 a week. Let's see if Mauricio Pochettino and Chelsea agree. They do. They don't want Lukaku anywhere near Stamford Bridge. We will take him, and he will be joining Newcastle United on loan. We need the experienced players, especially being in the Europa League as well. We need to be able to trust the players we play on the Thursday or the Sunday. And Big Rom is in the black and white on loan. And listen, you never know. Depending on how well he does, we could make that move permanent. Lucas Mitchell, another youngster, goes out on loan. We have Garang Kuol also going out on loan to Al Ittihad for the season. Yankuba Minta, again, out on loan. We have a lot of youngsters that need game time. I don't really want to keep them around just for the sake of it. We have sold Matthew Bondswell, not going to get any looking. So, mate, just go out there and make a name for yourself. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen here. We also get an A rating for that. A bit of money in the bank as well. It is, of course, the Euros. So let's see how it has gone down. Portugal and Italy advance out of Group A. In Group B, we have France and Ireland. Ireland advancing ahead of Denmark is a bit of a surprise. Group C, the hosts Germany go through Belgium in second place. Not too surprising. And Group D sees England and Norway go through to the quarterfinals ahead of Spain. In the quarterfinals, Portugal absolutely thrash Ireland 4-1. Norway actually knock out the hosts, Germany 3-2. Italy go through ahead of France on penalties, and Belgium knock out England. The semi-final sees Portugal go through to the final by beating Norway, and Italy sneak past Belgium 1-0. And in the final, Portugal beat Italy 1-0 to win the Euros. Is CR7 still there? I don't know. The man's out in Saudi, probably still there, not really involved in the celebratory pictures, but Portugal win the Euros once again. Goalkeeper of the tournament, Mike Maignan of France and AC Milan. Interesting. Do we add him to the shortlist yet? Do we have a little, he just had a good tournament. I'm just saying. And the team of the tournament is Costa, Mensch, Bastoni, Diaz, Di Lorenzo. We have Zaccagni, Fernandes. Seems like Bruno Fernandes has had quite a season. I mean, making it into team of the season in the Prem and in the Euros. We have Otavio, Haaland, and Ramos. Basically, Portugal with a few exceptions here, and their minute is expected because they just won the tournament. We're going to try this one more time. Yeah, Kieran Tierney, Arsenal, Mikel. Let's be reasonable. Let's talk. I'm not willing to pay more than 20 million. I'll say that straight up front, because if we are forced to pay such a high fee, I'd rather go for a better player and pay more. I'll offer them Callum Wilson. You guys may need a striker, right? So Wilson plus 10 million. That's like a 29 million valuation. And he is not interested. He still insists on Miguel Almiron. I don't really want to lose Miguel Almiron, because that now means we have to change up our strategy for the rest of this transfer market. But we'll offer 20 million. That's the highest I'm willing to go. 29. I mean, if we're required to pay 30, I'd honestly rather pay like 40 for like a world-class player, because I was thinking Tierney is just like a stopgap, like for now, and then depending on how he does next season, we can get an even better player and have him be the backup. But the guy's insisting on 30. We're not going to pay 30. It's fine. We'll figure something out. We're going to end the negotiations. Unfortunately, Kieran Tierney will not be coming to Newcastle. He was a target, but sometimes things don't always go to plan. For now, I think we'll keep Joe Willock at left back. To be honest, he hasn't done too bad, has he? So he'll play there for now. We have Charlie Walsh, another youngster, going out on loan. And our first game in preseason will be against Real Sociedad. We have 3 games in preseason, and we're going to approach each one differently. They play a tiki-taka style of play, and they want to keep the ball more than the opposition. And we're going to let them keep the ball. We're not going to press them. We're not going to be aggressive. We're not going to try to attack or dominate possession all that much. Thus, we're going into the 4-1-4-1 formation and playing Pope, Willock at left back, Botman, Schär, and Livramento. We have Paulinho, Guimaraes, and Joelinton in the midfield 3. Almiron on the left, Gordon on the right, and Isak up top. Going to be looking to sit back, going to be looking to be very defensive. We're going to test it out. I mean, we've only played this formation once before, and we got smashed by Arsenal. So, with the signing of João Paulinho, I think that's going to elevate us a bit more. So, let's see if there will be any improvements. I'm not really bothered about the results like that. I just want to test out the tactical setups and test out the new players and see how they fit in, where we can get the best out of them. That's the whole point of preseason, right? So we're not going to be overly bothered about the result. And this game, as expected, is going in a way where Sociedad are dominating the ball. But we are kind of holding them off. They are playing around the edge of our box with nothing really too dangerous happening, and Joelinton steps in there and wins the ball back. attack here. Gordon driving in, and the shot from Alexander Isak forces a save out of the goalkeeper. You'll see that when we attack, we're going to be very direct. We're going to use quite a few long balls, especially when we set up like this. And set pieces may also be vital, and the keeper comes out there to punch. Back to Almiron, a good cross again, and a header over the top there from Alexander Isak. Here's Willock. Just Shar. Shar goes long, headed on by Joe Linton, collected by Isak. Good footwork from him. He still has it, Alexander Isak. He somehow still has it. He lost it for a second. He got it back, and he put it in the net. 44th minute. We take a lead. I kid you not, we probably had like 30% possession in this game. But we've had the more dangerous chances, the more meaningful opportunities. And a finish with the outside of his foot there, relying a bit on the individual brilliance of Alexander Isak, but we have a lead. I've been very impressed by our midfield. I mean, a midfield three of Bruno, Joe Linton, and Bologna has very little weaknesses, and Isak there looks deadly on the counter-attack, doesn't he? Willock now at right back. We have made some changes. Shaw goes long there. Fantastic ball if it can be kept in. Gordon will just about keep it in. Look for the cross towards Lukaku into the side. Netting. I like this. I like this. This game has gone to plan, to be honest. It really has gone to plan. We have a corner to defend just before the end in the 90th minute. They even bring up the goalkeeper. I think that's a bit excessive in preseason, mate, you know. But Almiron has collected it here and will potentially just look to run it into the net. The keeper is desperately trying to make it back there, but he won't make it back in time, and it will be 2-0. Let's not over-celebrate. It's preseason, lads. It will be a 2-0 victory to Newcastle against Real Sociedad in preseason. Just to look at the stats, the game went as how we expected. They dominated the ball. We both had 6 shots each, but look at the expected goals. Ours is 2, as theirs is 0.4 actually. This means they had the chances in areas they couldn't really hurt us, and our goalkeeper made very comfortable saves. Jamal Lewis has been sold as well, an A rating there. Again, a player that's just not in our plans. The next game is against Bologna, a team that have taken many by surprise in the Serie A. They play more of a counter-attacking style of play, which may require us to try to control the ball. And that's what we'll try to do playing this tactic. We have a back three of Byrne, Botman, and Shar, of course, Dubravka in goal. Now we're going to try to keep everybody a chance. In preseason, Paqueta starts his first game alongside Bruno and Joe Linton in the midfield. We have Almiron just ahead of them, of course, Trippier playing on the right. He'll track back to make it a back four. In defense, and we have a front two of Lukaku and Alexander Isak. A totally different setup this time, where we will look to dominate possession, we will look to control the ball. And one thing that I noticed towards the end of last season is we struggled at controlling games towards the end. You know, even if we play very, very well, for some reason, we always end games off with a threat of us dropping points. We never finish games comfortably. And I hope with the new signings, bringing in more technical players in there, such as Paqueta, that will help with us just seeing out games better and just dictating the play, which we have done in this game. You know, we have to be technically flexible, especially if we want to be successful. We have to set up differently when we play against Manchester City or Liverpool than how we play against, I don't know, what's the Premier League equivalent of a Bologna, you know? Playing in Europe as well. We have to be able to adjust, and preseason is the perfect time to test all these different tactics out. We are in the second half here, it's still 0-0, but we have had all the chances really, and I've been happy with how this game has gone. We're also pressing and trying to win the ball back immediately when we lose it, which has been effective as well. It's Trippier now to Paqueta, Isak to Lukaku, back to Paqueta. Now the task is finding that final ball and getting the goal. Lukaku tracking back there. Very good work from him. Ball collected here by Joelinton. Back to the big Belgian. Joelinton played into the space there towards Miguel Almiron. A good turn from Almiron. A save by the goalkeeper. The chances are definitely there. Perhaps from a corner. Trippier to take it. Puts it in the mix. It's headed away. Recollected by Joelinton. The trend of this game has been us trying to break down Bologna. Them waiting to counter but not being able to do so. But there we go. Romelu Lukaku on the score sheet. It's been coming. It's been coming. A good turn there. He kind of took it off the feet of his own teammate, but he put it in the net, so it doesn't really matter. Barnes has come on here amongst other players as well. He plays into the space there for Lukaku to run onto, and this time he won't finish as the goalkeeper makes the save. Botman to Bruno. Bruno, fantastic crossfield pass there to Trippier. Trippier looks for the cross in, headed away. And Bologna cannot play out at all. It's Joelinton. Looks to go back here to Shaw. Shaw to Bruno. Bruno there to Miley. Miley to Paqueta. Some good footwork from him and a shot and a save by Meslier. Again, I think we've seen enough. I think it's fair to say that our performance with this specific tactic has really improved with the new players. You know, we have had all the chances in the game, and statistically the possession is only 49-51, but you'll see in a second here why. It's because we just let them have the ball for the final few minutes because we were like, mate, we'll just take the 1-0, it's fine. And you'll see there, all the chances, all the shots, they literally had one shot all game. So complete control of the game, and very happy with that. Another win in pre-season, and a different kind of win. Callum Wilson is finally leaving. He didn't go to either Sevilla or Monaco because he rejected both of those. So Jose had to pull the strings. He had to get in contact with some of his people, and Callum Wilson will actually be going to Jose's former club, AS Roma in Italy. So we have agreed a deal there for £17 million. Callum Wilson is out of the door, just not in our plans at all. So we'll take the 17 million. Deal is rated an A as well, and he'll be moving on. We are actually facing a Serie A team in Sassuolo in our final game in pre-season. They have more of a balanced approach, more of a standard approach, not really focused on any specific tactical vision or tactical philosophy. So we're going to go for the 4-2-3-1. We're going to try to attack them on the flanks, be very direct, and our tactical setup will be based on winning second balls, essentially counter-pressing, capitalizing on the opponent's mistakes. With that in mind, Pope in goal, Willock, Botman, Schär, and Livramento as the back four. We have Palhinha and Joelinton as the double pivot, and we have Gordon, Barnes, and Murphy playing behind Alexander Isak. You'll see some of the fringe players come in as well. Like I said, I want to give everybody a chance in pre-season here and see what they can do. Close to halftime, goalless, and I'll say this. I don't think we have played the most balanced team in the world. I don't think Barnes and Gordon together in the attack really work. I think you should go for one or the other because we don't have that creative passer per se. And in the midfield, we've gone for Joelinton and Palhinha. Again, no Bruno Guimaraes in there means progressing the ball forward has been a bit difficult. And you'll see here, playing through the phases is quite difficult. We have to be quite just direct in how we run. And that final pass has been quite difficult to come across. And this is really our first big chance of the game, falling Isak's way there. So this is what preseason is all about. Yeah, we make mistakes in the setup, in the player selection, and we're going to try to fix it here at halftime. Actually going to bring off Palhinha and bring on Bruno to bring in that playmaker in the midfield, the guy that can actually progress the ball better for us. And we're going to bring on Lukaku as well, essentially play him next to Isak, the way we have instructed the players. They're basically going to play in a front two together. And Murphy will come off for Gordon, bring on players that will balance the team out a bit better. Sassuolo do have a corner here that is headed away. Another cross in, and a good save by Pope. First chance for the Italian side here. Livramento to Eafc now. Played centrally to Lukaku, who collects it and finds Barnes. Barnes, good running power from him to get us high up the field there. Can he potentially make something happen here? Harvey Barnes, saved by the keeper. We need that press on. We need that press on. We need Gordon to win his duel, and he does on that side, and he gets absolutely clattered from behind. That looked dirty. That looked bad. Potential red card? Definitely a red card. We do have a corner here. We'll be taken by Bruno Guimaraes. Would be nice to win our last game as well in pre-season. Romelu Lukaku meeting the cross there into the bottom corner. And he's proven like a pretty effective signing, isn't he? A goal in the last game, a goal in this game as well. But the game is not quite done. Good defending there by Sven Botman, playing to the path of Harvey Barnes, who has Eafc for support here. Can he kill the game off? All the time and space in the world. It's a shot on target. Not quite a goal. Bruno Guimaraes on corner duty in the absence of Kieran Trippier. Another good cross in. Saved by the goalkeeper again. We have another transition on our hands here. Lukaku to Barnes. Barnes to Willock. Willock. Poor pass. Can we win it back? We can. Good defending. Good counter pressing. That's what we look for. Shar goes long, headed down by Livramento to Gordon. Gordon to Barnes. Barnes ball over the top there. Good football. And the pass into Lukaku's path is saved. Collected by Eafc. This time the shot was blocked. Alexander Isak again. Bruno Guimaraes in space. Takes it on. Keeper will collect on the second attempt. Almiron getting involved. It falls the way of Gordon. Collected by Joelinton. Played to Miguel Almiron. He has space ahead of him. Will he get away from the defense? He will break away and make it 2-0 in the 90th minute to round off pre-season with another win and a goal that we were looking for on the transition. Wins the ball back, very direct, gets forward, gets the goal. Chances galore, 11 shots. Again, not really dominating the ball, but effective once again. And I'm very happy with how this has gone. I'm very happy with how we've performed in all three matches, how we have actually gotten what we were looking for in all three games. And the plan was very, very effective. We end up winning the preseason tournament with 3 wins out of 3, 5 goals scored and 0 conceded. Very happy with how we have defended throughout this preseason tournament, but not really happy with the defensive options we have, specifically at centre-back. We only have 3 centre-backs at the club, and this is where Antonio Silva comes in. Is he a wonder kid? I don't know. He's highly touted across Europe. Portuguese centre-back playing at Benfica, and we believe that he is the guy to come in and be the final piece at the back. He's going to be expensive though, because they're asking for the full £66 million release clause to be paid. But listen, pay the money. Why not pay the money? What's the point of having Saudi money if you're not going to delve into the Saudi bag? Just pay the money, ask no questions. He's that guy. Mate, he could be our Van Dijk. He could be our Saliba. He could elevate us to that next level, and we're going to try to get this deal done. Release clause is paid. All about negotiating the contract. We are going to try to make 2 more key signings in this window, 1 at the back and 1 in attack. So if we can get this one done, we could now go for that big one, you know, the one that's going to sell the shirts. Yeah, important player. He's not quite going to be crucial. He's still only 20 years old, so we're not going to put too much pressure on him, although the price tag is a bit mad. You're going to be a Newcastle United record signing, mate. We'll offer him a 5-year deal with no release clause either. He's still only on 10.5k a week, and he's asking for 37. Going to cut out the bonuses and increase his wages ever so slightly. Going to offer him 50k a week here, and yeah, the 330k signing on a bonus. So in terms of wages, it's not the most expensive deal in the world. It's a very big investment, but we believe in the kid. We believe he will be worth that value. I mean, in this day and age, 66 million, bro, is not that much. I mean, it sounds wild to say, but it's like a a very good player. That's what you get for 66 million, you know what I'm saying? But he is in the club. Antonio Silva will take the number 3 shirt. Record signing for Newcastle United. We believe in the boy. We believe in the boy. Let's see what the deal rating is. 66, bro. That's a lot. I know it's a lot. And they're going to give us an F. They're going to give us an F. It's fine. It's fine. He'll prove them wrong. He'll prove them wrong. He will definitely shut up the critics. He's already getting criticized. Price tag on his head. It's about managing the situation, managing the player. You know, 66 million, 50K a week, 5-year deal. We believe in the kid. And yeah, he is the future at the back for Newcastle United, because some of the players there are getting a bit old. Shar, we have Byrne, and the only other centre back we have is Botman. So this was very much needed, and I have no regrets in making this signing. We do have something else cooking in the background, though. We mentioned a marquee signing in the attack, but not today. Not today. Let's actually go through a recap of what we have done. We've signed Bologna for 45 million. We've signed Paqueta for 45 million, plus Isaac Hayden from West Ham as well. We have a few players going out on loan, mainly youngsters. We have sold some of the fringe players as well, some that definitely have no future at all, some that were out on loan last season as well. Sign Lukaku on loan. I believe that's going to be a very, very, very good deal, considering that we had to pay nothing for it. More players leaving here. We had quite a lot of numbers in the squad, just not the quality needed to be competitive at any level, really. Callum Wilson to Roma. I think that's a good deal for 17 million. He is definitely on the decline. And of course, the big one, Antonio Silva, 66 million release clause paid, and he is in the team. Manchester City to kick things off in the Premier League. In the next episode, we then go away to the London Stadium and we host Aston Villa. That's a brutal start to the season, isn't it? That's a very bad start to the season, bro, because we're going to be going away to the London Stadium. That's going to be their first home game. We host the back-to-back champions in our first game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but you know what? I'd have it no other way, because this season is all about competing as much as we can. I'm not saying win the Prem. I'm saying be competitive. Listen, I wouldn't mind a top 4 finish and a couple of trophies. Now it's about the trophies. The Europa League, we're coming. Carabao Cup, we're coming. FA Cup, we're coming. But for that to happen, we may still need to beef up the squad a bit more. Let me know your thoughts about today's episode. As always, please do drop a like on it if you have enjoyed it, and please do subscribe as well. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate that. I've been Cookie Crusher. I'll see you guys next time.